The 1980s were a tumultuous time in Central America. Cold War tensions ran high. The United States, wary of Soviet influence, sought to bolster its presence in the region. Honduras, with its strategic location, became a key ally. In this climate, Soto Cano Air Base, later renamed Palmerola, emerged as a symbol of U.S. military might. Established in 1981, Soto Cano was ideally situated. Nestled in the Comayagua Valley, it offered a central location for projecting U.S. power. The base quickly became a hub for U.S. military operations. It housed thousands of personnel, along with a fleet of helicopters, transport planes, and fighter jets. Its importance extended beyond Honduras, serving as a linchpin for U.S. involvement throughout Central America. The base's construction was a testament to the growing U.S. commitment to containing communism in the region. It represented a significant investment of resources and manpower. Soto Cano was not merely an airfield, it was a forward operating base, equipped for a wide range of missions. Its presence underscored the U.S. determination to shape the political landscape of Central America. The base would soon become deeply entangled in the escalating conflicts of the region. In neighboring Nicaragua, the Sandinista National Liberation Front, or FSLN, had overthrown the U.S.-backed Somoza dictatorship in 1979. The Sandinistas, with their socialist leanings and ties to Cuba, were viewed with suspicion by the Reagan administration. The U.S., fearing another communist foothold in the region, threw its support behind the Contras, a loose alliance of anti-Sandinista groups. The Contras, operating primarily from bases in Honduras, were engaged in a bitter guerrilla war against the Nicaraguan government. The conflict was brutal and protracted, marked by human rights abuses on both sides. The U.S., through the CIA, provided the Contras with funding, weapons, and training. Soto Cano Air Base became a crucial logistical hub for this support. From Soto Cano, U.S. aircraft ferried supplies and ammunition to clandestine airstrips inside Nicaragua. The base also served as a training ground for Contra pilots and ground crew. The U.S. involvement in the Contra War was controversial, with many criticizing it as a covert attempt to overthrow a sovereign government. Congress, after revelations of secret arms deals and human rights violations, eventually restricted U.S. military aid to the Contras. The U.S. military presence in Honduras extended beyond supporting the Contras. Soto Cano became a launching pad for operations throughout Central America. U.S. forces conducted training exercises with regional militaries. They flew reconnaissance missions over El Salvador during its civil war. The base's location was ideal for monitoring regional instability. It served as a deterrent and staging ground for interventions. Soto Cano also provided humanitarian aid, like after Hurricane Mitch. Critics argued these efforts were overshadowed by military objectives. The U.S. presence had a profound impact on Honduras. It bolstered the Honduran military, accused of human rights abuses. It also fueled anti-American sentiment among some Hondurans. The legacy of U.S. intervention in Honduras is still debated today. Despite the end of the Cold War and the Sandinista conflict, Soto Cano Air Base remains a significant U.S. military facility. It has been used for counter-narcotics operations, disaster relief efforts, and joint military exercises. The base also houses a contingent of U.S. Special Forces who conduct training and operations throughout the region. However, the strategic importance of Soto Cano has diminished in recent years. The U.S. military presence in Central America has come under renewed scrutiny. Critics argue that it undermines democracy and fuels instability in the region. They point to the 2009 coup in Honduras, which ousted President Manuel Zelaya, as evidence of U.S. support for regime change. The Obama administration condemned the coup, but was criticized for not doing enough. In 2025, President Xiomara Castro threatened to reconsider military cooperation with the U.S., including the presence of Soto Cano Air Base. Castro's statement in response to U.S. immigration policies highlighted ongoing tensions. The future of Soto Cano remains uncertain, but its legacy as a symbol of U.S. intervention is undeniable.